11 Afghan policemen have been sentenced to 1 year in prison for failing to protect a woman killed by a mob in the capital Kabul in March. The 28-year-old woman called Farkhunda was beaten to death after being accused of burning a copy of the Koran, although witnesses say she did not. Earlier this month 4 men were sentenced to death for her murder, with 8 others handed jail terms. The incident led to widespread protests against the treatment of women. The judge said there was no evidence against a further 8 police officers, who were acquitted. The 19 police officers stood impassively in the dock as the sentences were read out. You are sentenced for negligence of duty to 1 year in prison, Judge Safiullah Mojaddidi told those found guilty. The 2 groups that we have issued our verdicts on have the right to appeal. They can submit their lawful objections to the appeal court within the lawful period of time against our decision if they are not satisfied, he added. The treatment of police in this case has immediately been condemned as too lenient. One MP, Farkhunda, called it a symbolic verdict and said the wrong people were in the dock. She said that the Kabul police chief should have been put on trial. The 1-year sentences for failing to stop the killing contrasted with the 4 death sentences and 8 long prison sentences handed down earlier this month to the men in the mob who killed Farkhunda. The judge took longer to consider his verdicts in the case of the police. And Afghan justice itself has been put in the spotlight in this case as never before. The failure of the court to ensure that defendants were represented, the swift verdicts for those who killed Farkhunda, and now the very light sentences imposed on some police officers, will not satisfy those who feel that justice has not been done.